Assalamu alaikum. This is your brother Landon X with Nation Town TV, and this is right down to the modern times. Independence Day. Should we celebrate or cerebrate? Now, what does cerebrate actually mean? It means to use or exercise the mind or one's power of reason in order to make decisions or arrive at a solution or judgment. America celebrates the 4th of July every year as a means to remember and commemorate their so-called independence. But before that quest for independence, it all started with an actual boycott. First of all, America was first a group of colonies. A colony is defined as a country or area under full or partial political control of an outside force that does not live in that area. That sound familiar? An area that's controlled by people who don't live in that actual area? I think you know what I'm talking about. Controversy between Great Britain and the American colonies arose in 1760 when Parliament sought for the first time to impose a direct tax on the colonies for the purpose of raising revenue. Some colonists objected to the new tax program, saying that it was against the British Constitution, also known as taxation without representation. Think about that. Taxation without being represented by people that have your best interests in mind. I know that sounds familiar. The American colonies, they came together and they united. And what did they do? Before they picked up the guns, they united with their dollars. And they decided to stop purchasing British tea. Now, at this time, British tea was actually one of the top exports from Britain to the American colonies. So what the American colonies decided to do is that they actually began to buy their own tea from their own distributors here in America. And this was considered, as far as the British were concerned, as smuggling. These days, they would call it bootlegging, or illegally selling something without authorization or without a license. Ironically and sadly, our brother Alton Sterling in Louisiana, when he was murdered by the police, he was actually, with the permission of the gas station that he was at, he was actually selling what's known as bootleg CDs. He was doing it to supplement his income and help take care of his family when he was accosted and then later murdered by the police in Louisiana. Also, in New York before that, Eric Garner was standing outside of a store selling loose cigarettes, otherwise known as loosies. And he was selling it for the same reason, as a means to supplement his income and to help his family. Trayvon Martin and Mike Brown, the day they were murdered, before they were murdered, they had just made a purchase at a local corner store in their neighborhood with their money. But the place that they made the purchase from were not black-owned places. But they made a purchase. Trayvon bought Skittles and Arizona tea. Mike Brown, he just bought some cigars. And then later, they were murdered. But when you look back on the actual American Revolution, the first shot fired for American independence was a financial shot. And when you think about it and celebrate, that's the only shot that's necessary. The Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, who some ignorant people consider to be a racist, he taught us to observe the operations of the white man. He is successful and he makes no excuses. He also told us that our unity was more powerful. Now, this is the unity of the original man, the aboriginal people of this earth, which includes blacks and Hispanics. Our unity is more powerful than an atomic bomb. Let me say that again. He taught us to observe the operations of the white man. He said that they are successful, and they are. The Boston Tea Party was successful. And today, there's a man who grew up in Boston by the name of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who for the last 60 plus years has been imploring the original people of this nation and the world to pool our resources and build our own independence through our own atomic bomb of unity, and through a nationwide network of independent schools, media, personal care products, restaurants, stores, and community outreach. We're doing just that. Bottom line, the only thing worse than loving your oppressor is paying your oppressor. I'm going to say that again. The only thing worse then loving your oppressor is paying your oppressor. So at all costs, always spend your money in the blackest or brownest way possible. Secure that bag, black man. Accept your own and win your own independence. Celebrate on that this 4th of July. Again, I'm your brother, Landon X, Nation Town TV, and it's a right down to the modern times.
I was told to deliver this message.